Question 16, it says the sum of three positive integers is 180. Sum of three positive integers is 180. And the ratio of the integer is 5:3:2. Ratio is 5:3:2. What is the value of the smallest of the integers? So they gave us F. Option F is 18. Option G, 36. Option H, 54. And option J, 90. The sum of three positive integers is 180. And the ratio is 5:3:2. What is the value of the smallest of the integers? So let's say the integers are, we don't know what they have. Let's say, but we'll have the ratio, so that'll be 5. Let's use S. Let's use X to denote the integers, right? So that means we're going to have 5x, 3x, and 2x, right? So let's say if we had everything together, we should have 180. So now just say 5x plus 3x plus 2x is equal to 180, all right? That's what I said. 5x plus 3x is 8x. 8x plus 2x is 10x. So 10x is equal to 180. So that x, let's solve for x. Let's solve for x. And that one is easy. We divide both sides by 10. So we have 10x divided by 10 is equal to 180 divided by 10. So that we can have x alone. 10 divided by 10 is 1. And 10 in 180 is 18. So that 1 times x is equal to 18. So that our x is now 18. So let's put our x into these numbers to see which one is the smallest. To do that, let me carve this side out. 5, instead of x, I'm going to put 18, right? 5 times 18 should give us 90. Then you have 3 times 18, which is for the second integer. So 3 times 18 should give us 3 times 8 is 54. So 3 times 18 is 54. So we have 54. The last one is 2 times 18, and that one is 36. So the smallest number is 36, which is this right here. But the question says, what is the value of the smallest of the integers? And that is 36. And if you add these numbers together, we should have 180. So you have 36 plus 54 is 90. 90 plus 90 is 180. So our solution is correct. So that is our question 16. Question 17 says, which of the following expressions is equal to x squared minus y squared minus 6x squared plus 4x minus y squared? Okay. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to x squared minus y squared minus 6x squared plus 4xy minus y squared? And they give us option A is minus 5x squared minus 4xy. Option B, minus 5x squared plus 4xy minus 2y squared. Option C, 7x squared plus 4xy minus 2y squared. And option D, 7x squared plus 4xy plus 2y squared. So let's quickly solve this one right here to see which one is the answer. So we have x squared minus y squared minus 6x squared plus 4xy minus y squared. So all we have to do is expand this bracket. So we're going to have x squared minus y squared minus 1 times 6x squared is minus, when you expand this bracket, is minus 6x squared minus times plus 4xy to give us minus 4xy, and then minus times minus y squared should give us plus y squared. So right off the bat, you know that you can have x squared minus 4xy should give us minus 3xy. Sorry, minus x squared minus 6x squared should give us minus 5x squared. So minus 5x squared. So the first thing first, anyone that does not start with minus 5x squared, eliminate, because now you've gotten your answer. So we're going to strike this out. We're going to strike that out. So these two, A and B, are the ones that are contending for the correct question, correct answer. So that helps you save time, so you don't keep going when you only have 67 seconds. So we have 5 minus 5s squared. These two have minus 5s squared, and then you have minus y squared plus y squared will be 0, right? So this cancel out. So we know anything with y squared is gone. All right. So the next one is, you now have minus 4xy remaining. So you have minus 4xy remaining. And the one with minus 4xy is this one. So your answer is a squared. So again, you have minus 4x. This is plus 4x, so that cannot be the answer. So your answer is a squared. So that is the answer. Minus 5x squared minus 4xy is the answer. Question 18. Question 18 says, given I is equal to square root of minus 1, what is square root of 9 plus square root of minus 16? Give us f. Option F is 7i. Option G, give us I square root of 7. Option H, give us 3 minus 4i. And option J, 3 plus 4i. So let's solve this real quick. So given this, what is square root of 9 plus square root of minus 16? So square root of 9 is the same thing as square root of 9 is the same thing as 3, right? So you have 3 right there. And then square root of minus 16. So minus 16, let's write that as square root of 16 times minus 1, right? We can write as such. So that we can now write, you can split this in surds. You can split, if you have times, you can split it out. For example, if you have square root of AB, this becomes square root of A times square root of B, okay? That's surd. So when you have square root of 16 times 1, in this case, this becomes square root of 16 times square root of minus 1, right? So Now, square root of 16 is 4. And square root of minus 1 is what? I. So you have 4 times I. And 4 times I is 4I, right? So this is what we have. Square root of 9 plus square root of minus 16. So square root of 9 we say is 3. So it's 3 plus square root of minus 16 is 4I. So your answer is 3 plus 4I, which is option J. Option J is your answer. 3 plus 4I. Question 19. It says the first five terms of an arithmetic sequence are 7, 21, 35, 49, and 63. The first five terms of an arithmetic sequence is 7, 21, 35, 49, 63. Let Tn represent the nth term of the sequence. What is the value of T25? What is the value of T25? Option A, 175. Option B, 343. Option C, 357. And option D, 371. So to solve this, they say Tn, they say that's the nth term. You use the equation Tn is equal to A is the first term, plus n is the number of terms, minus 1, and D is the difference between the terms. So D is the difference between the terms, between the first and second term. So let's find what D is. D in this case, the difference between 21 and 7, difference means minus. 21 minus 7 is 14. So if each difference is 14, then our D is going to be 14. So D is 14 in this case. Our N is 25, since they says we should find T25. They give us Tn and they say N is 25. So N here is 25. And our A, which is the first term, was the first term in the sequence, is 7. So A is equal to 7. So now we can solve for T25. So T25, which is the 25th term, it's going to be, what is A? A is 7 plus, what is N? N is 25 minus 1. D is 14. So now you have T25 is equal to 7 plus 25 minus 1 is 24 times 14, right? So that our T25 is equal to 7 plus 24 times 14 should give us 24, 14. Let's do 24 times. And there are many ways you can do this. You can say 24, if you don't have a calculator, but you're going to have a calculator in your exam, times 14 is the same thing as 10 or 10 plus 4, right? So 24 times 10, that's 240, plus 24 times 4, that is 96, right? So 240 plus 96 should give us, you have 6, 9 here should give us 13, 3, that's 336, right? All right, so 336, we have 336 right here. So that T25 is equal to 7 plus 336. That should give us 343. That's our answer, 343. Option B is the answer. Question 20 says, at a certain time of day, a flagpole a flagpole casts a 9-foot long shadow. Flagpole casts a 9-foot long shadow. And a nearby 4-foot tall fence, the fence, let's say is 4 foot, a 4-foot tall fence post casts a 2.4 long shadow. 2.4 long shadow. Given that both the flagpole and the fence post are vertical and on level ground, what is the height in feet of the flagpole? Okay, so they're looking for the height in feet of this flagpole right here. We know the height of the fence, we know the height of the shadow, but we don't know the height. We know the shadow for that flagpole, but we don't know the flagpole height. They give us option F is 54. Option G is 10.6. Option H, they say is 15. And option J, they say is 15.4. This is a ratio question, right? So fence ratio of solution now, right? Ratio of fence height to shadow, okay? It's going to be equal to ratio of flagpole to flagpole shadow, right? That's how you're going to solve this. So what is the ratio of fence height to fence shadow? Fence height is 4 feet. And the shadow is what? 2.4. And then the same thing is going to apply for the flagpole. The flagpole, we don't know the height of the flagpole. So let's call that Y, okay? And the shadow of that is 9 feet, okay? So now we can solve for Y. To solve for Y, do a cross multiplication, like so. So you have 4 times 9, right? 4 feet times 9 feet. And then it's equal to Y times 2.4 foot. So 4 times, so first of all, let's cancel the feet out. So 4 foot times 9 is 36. It's equal to Y times 2.4. And divide both sides by 2.4. You have 2.4 here, 2.4 here, okay? So that Y is going to cancel out. Y is equal to 36 divided by 2.4, right? And 2.4, if you don't have a calculator, 2.4 is the same thing as 24 over 10. Or you can put it as a you can put it as 24 over 10, which is the simplest way. So this is 36 if you don't have a calculator, divide by 24 over 10, right? Same thing as 2.4. So that is 36 times 10 over 24. Now, if you have a calculator, if you're allowed to use calculator, it's very simple. Just use your calculator and you should get your answer. But since I'm not using calculator, I don't have one with me. I'm just going to say 6 can go in 24, that is 4. 6 can go in 36, that is 6. 4 in 4, 2 in 4 is 2. 2 in 6 is 3. And 2 in 10 is 5. So that's 3 times 5. So therefore, Y is equal to 3 times 5 feet, which is what? 15. So our answer is 15, which is option H. So our answer is 15. That is how you solve that question.